Hey, welcome back to the channel. Last time I made a video was several months ago. I was working on the 6.2 liter L87 and 10-speed swap for my 71 GMC you see behind me. Got it most of the way finished and went for a quick drive, and it was pretty obvious there was something wrong with the transmission. It was scraping, making a scraping noise pretty bad. It was also, while it was in park, kind of doing this weird clicky thing where it was kind of like engaging and then maybe running into the parking pole and then stopping and engaging and stopping. So it's going click, 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 click. So obviously something's wrong there. I dropped the pan, transmission had metal chunks in it. So it was likely something I screwed up when I was doing the conversion. So I will do a video on the teardown of that. I'll let you know what I find out. Hopefully I can learn something from this. I will rebuild it and we'll give it another go, and I'll give you an update. So if you've seen my other video on converting it to two-wheel drive, you may not want to follow that because that probably, like I said, I probably screwed something up in there. So, but all that being said, that's why you haven't seen any updates from me for a while on that truck. However, I do have something exciting to share. This is something that I've been waiting for, I calculated it out, 2 years, 10 months, and 22 days. So back in October 26th of 2021, Chevrolet announced the Corvette Z06. I watched the announcement, fell in love, and the very next day went in and put my order in. Not an order, I put a deposit in so that I could get in line to order it. That day I was told I was 18th on the list at my local Chevrolet dealership, Lamb Chevrolet, and that they were a small volume dealership, so it could take several years to get one in. Well, they were right. That 18th on the list went really long. Honestly, I think a lot of people backed out between, the first people and getting to 18, because I think they've only delivered a handful of them. But finally, my number came up. I'll go through kind of some of the dates, a little bit of my buying experience, and then maybe I'll get to some of the setup. We'll try to make some videos about this new car. So here's the car. It's a 2024 Riptide Blue hardtop convertible 3LZ with the natural kind of tan leather interior. It's not fully dipped. It's the one that's both black and tan. I'll go over some of the options that I got, and share with you some of the timelines. So if any of you are considering doing this yourself, you can kind of see. So, like I said, on October 27th, I put the order in, October 27th, 2001. I got the call on June 28th, 2024, that my turn was up and I had a couple of days to make up my mind on options. I was informed at that point in time there were several items on constraint. One is the Z07 package. So the ground effects, the high wing spoiler, all of that was off the table. Carbon ceramic brakes, I believe, were off the table, and several colors. They had already phased out the hypersonic gray. The cacti, which I actually really liked, was not available. Trying to think, I think the orange maybe was unavailable. There were a few colors that weren't available. Ceramic matrix gray wasn't available. And so narrowed it down to what was available. I decided on this Riptide Blue. I had not actually seen one of these in person when I ordered it. I was just relying on videos on YouTube and pictures and stuff like that. And so it was a little bit of a risk, but I went ahead and took it, and I'm really glad I did. This car is beautiful. In the meantime, while I was waiting for this, I stumbled across a really good deal on a Stingray, and I bought that. So it was a 2023 Stingray. Elderly gentleman bought it and unfortunately reached the point where he couldn't drive it anymore. Had about 1,500 miles on it when I bought it. Fortunately, I was able to get a really good deal on that. I drove that for about a year, and then I sold it as soon as I put my order in on this. Really had no difficulty selling it. The dealer was gonna give me a really good trade-in on it. It ended up only costing me a couple $1,000, maybe $3,000 to drive that car for the year. Maybe I'll put a little picture in there, but that one was Rapid Blue. So now this one's Riptide Blue. So I went with a slightly different shade. I'm glad I did. I really enjoy this color so far. So the order went in July 1st at the dealership. I got a confirmation email July 3rd from Chevrolet saying that they had received my order. August 27th, I got an email that said that it was scheduled for production with a September 9th target production week. The email actually didn't tell me that it was the September 9th target production week. I had to do a chat thing online to chat with the people at Chevrolet, and then they informed me that was the target production week. September 12th, I received another email that said that the car was produced and headed to the dealership. September 16th, it arrived at the dealership. And then September 18th, yesterday, I took delivery. So all told, 2 years, 10 months, and 22 days from the time I put my name in at the dealership until the time I got it. And delayed gratification is a beautiful thing because I've been pretty happy and smiling ear to ear every time I've gotten in this thing. And I can tell you, having owned now both the regular Stingray and the Z06, wow, it makes such a big difference having that different engine in there in particular. Yeah, and I haven't even been able to open this up yet. Obviously, it's got about 20 miles on it now. Got to get to 500 before I can really wind it out, and I really just haven't even been getting on it at all in the meantime. So I thought I might talk to you a little bit about the buying process as well. So I told you about the timeline. Lamb Chevrolet in Prescott, Arizona was really a pretty great dealership to deal with. The only thing that happened, a couple little things. One was when they sent me my final invoice, it included like a $799 charge, I think it was, for dealer prep fee. And that was on top of the dock fee that they also charge. And that dealer prep fee wasn't disclosed to me when I first put my name in forever ago. I was told at that point it was basically a dock fee and MSRP. So I did pay MSRP for this. I know people are gonna say, oh, you overpaid, you can get it cheaper, you can find deals now. All that's true. I did see several examples of places where you could order Corvette Z06 at under MSRP, and also where now you could get 2025s at MSRP. This was already coming. It was how I wanted it. I've been waiting a long time. Really just wanted to do right by my local dealership. So went ahead and bought it. But they had that extra fee on there. I asked what that was about. They said it is window tint, and pretty much that's it. And so called the local place where I've gotten some windows tinted before for their ceramic window tint package. It was going to be about $280. And he said, it'd probably end up being better tint than what the dealer would do anyway. And so I called the dealer, or I emailed the dealer back and asked them to remove that. They agreed to meet me in the middle. I just said, hey, that's really not good enough since these things are going for under MSRP. I'm willing to honor what I originally said if you'll honor what I was kind of led to believe originally. And they did take that off. They did not tint the windows. I will get the windows tinted pretty soon. So saved about $700 or $800 there. All right, so I'll go over some of the options that I got on this car. So automatically you have to pay a $2,600 gas guzzler tax. I got the front lift, adjustable height with memory. That is almost a requirement here in the town that I live in. There's just a lot of steep curbs and hills and things like that where you can easily scrape the front of that. I'll do the interior stuff in a minute. Exterior, I got the yellow painted calipers. Looks really nice with the blue, I think. I got the satin graphite wheels. So it's really a dark wheel. Basically, it's almost a black. It's maybe just a little bit darker than I thought it might be. You can't really tell when you try to build it on their website. I was wishing when I first got it that maybe those were a little lighter, but they're kind of starting to grow on me, and I think it overall looks really sharp. You will notice that I have the standard silver lug nuts in there. That was not an oversight, that was by design. If you order black lug nuts from Chevrolet, they're a $250 option. And then furthermore, if you want the black locks to go with them, that's another $130. So basically $380 for black lug nuts and locks. So I was able to buy them on Amazon. I can link to the description below. And on Amazon, I was able to get the lug nuts for about $50 and the locks for $41. So I saved $289, and I will go ahead and swap those out. It won't take very long. You don't even have to jack it up and take the wheels off. You just undo one at a time, put the next one in, kind of go around like that. I did the same thing on my last car, saved a lot of money. So in addition to that, I got the black exhaust tips. Looks really nice with all of the black stuff back here. And then I got, actually not installed yet, the dark stealth crossed flags. They hadn't received the emblems from GM yet. That's a dealer installed item, so I'll have to go back to get those put on. Basically, same shape and size and everything, but it's more of a monochromatic, like gray and black, rather than having the red in there. And I just thought with a lot of the other, graphite and black and all that on this, that would look really good. So on the interior, I got the stealth interior trim package. So that's this right here, black rather than the silver, like the bright silver that comes with it. It also includes the surround right here, and then that speaker grill, all kind of blacked out rather than bright silver. I also got the level 1 carbon fiber trim, which is basically like this here, that surround around the instrument panel, and then a little piece right there by the mode selector switch. I got the Competition Sport bucket seats. I love these seats. You actually sit lower in them, I find, than with the GT2. So I'm a tall guy. It gives me more headroom inside the car. So people, complain about their comfort or being harder to get in and out of. Granted, I haven't spent very much time in here yet, so maybe they're less comfortable on a long drive or something, but I haven't experienced that yet. And then you can see there I went with the tan and black interior, and I think it looks really sharp with the blue. So one thing I want to do is go over with you kind of all the things that should come with your Z06. In here are basically the low wickers for the rear spoiler. I had them put the high wickers on. I just like the little bit more aggressive. And originally they couldn't find these low wickers, and they were kind of saying, well, I'm not sure it comes with both, all that kind of stuff. Finally, they were able to track them down. It was pretty clear that it came with the low wickers, I think, on the shipping truck, and then they actually put on these high wickers. But the guy that did it wasn't there when they were delivering the car, and anyway, it was kind of a whole thing where they weren't sure, and then finally they were able to sort of track them down. So I did get those in case I ever want to go back to the low wicker. I have them. And then this bag is just basically a whole bag of like brake ducts, things like that you install. Really for track use only is my understanding. I'm gonna go through the owner's manual and all that and kind of figure it all out. Maybe I'll do a video on that. And then this is a nice touch. I didn't have these with my last car, but a couple of cargo nets. So I think there's one for the front and one for the back. So that's what my car came with. I'm just gonna leave it all right there for the moment. So a couple negatives. This, might not be able to see it. Yeah, you can see it, I think. So right here, this piece is gonna need to be replaced because that is scratched. They tried to kind of buff it out and it just wouldn't come out. So they're gonna have to replace that piece. That, we believe, happened from the cover that they put on here, ironically. It was windy when they delivered it. They said they had one Corvette on the truck where the cover was ripped completely off. So they're gonna have to replace that piece. And then there's kind of some, you might not be able to see them real well, but there's like some, almost look like smudges in through here. Kind of right in there, like a dull spot. Again, we think that the cover was rubbing right there. They're gonna try to do some paint correction on there and see if they can get that taken care of. There are just a couple other little spots. There's like some adhesive or something back here. Mostly came out, I think. So again, they've got an external guy that comes in and does some paint correction from them from time to time. So they're gonna use him to kind of do a quick once over on a few of the problem spots on this. And I think we'll be good. So that kind of sums up just the ordering process, time frame, the options I went with for my car. I will make some additional videos as I kind of get it set up and do some initial modifications to it. I have a couple things already in mind that I'm going to get after pretty quick. So stay tuned, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this.